Welcome inside the Loop Urban Fieldhouse. It's girls volleyball as we get our first look at the Lady Hilltoppers here in 2019. Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massoud. Welcome to the broadcast. Joined by Durfee science teacher Oliver McNeely tonight for the match. Oliver played volleyball in high school and college, which I did not know. So glad that we have him here because we all know Brendan Kelly went to Case, so he's coaching this fall, coaching at Case. Still teaching here at Durfee, working here at Durfee, but coaching at Case. So Oliver, great to have you.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
All right, we're going to get right to it here. So big news tonight is that Emma Resendiz is just 29 assists away from 1,000. She's been starting since her freshman year, and this is her junior year, and she's already close to the milestone. What is she going to have to do to get that tonight at home?
I think really the passing has to back her up. She'll put the ball where she needs to put it, and then the hitters have to put it away.
That's something that Coach Bullier talked to us about pregame, is the passing's been a bit of a struggle for the Hilltoppers and getting those points, closing out those points. They just came off a tough loss against BR, and it was a game that Coach felt they kind of had in the bag. They were up 2-0, but they lost in 5. What do you think some of the things that they could work on tonight, maybe get over the hump?
Yeah, so I think it's got to be consistency on serving and then consistency on passing, serve, receive are the big ones.
Another name that you may remember, Isabel McDonald. She played soccer, played basketball. She was a great athlete here. Well, her sister, Sophie, is on this team as well. She'll be playing varsity. Stick around. We're going to have a great match tonight. New Bedford's in the house, so you always know it's going to be fun. We'll have the call for you next on Fred TV. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, my name is Laura Ferreira. I am the Director of Traffic and Parking for the City of Fall River. As the school year begins, we want to remind everyone of the school zone safety laws. Crosswalks are here for a reason, your safety. Please use them. Always wait for a crossing guard to stop traffic and escort you safely. Drivers, please use caution when entering a school zone. 20-mile-per-hour speed limits are strictly enforced as mandated by state law. By being respectful and patient with one another, we can all arrive at our destination on time and in one piece. Thank you for your attention. If you have concerns or questions, please contact my office at 508-324-2123. Let's have a wonderful school year.
Welcome back to the field house, everybody. Just about ready for volleyball to kick off here. We're going to have a great match, as we said in the open. You know, anytime you see the Whalers and the Hilltoppers square off, it's that game that everybody looks to on the schedule. The Brockton games are big. BR, Dartmouth, those are becoming bigger games now as everybody gets used to the new conference, but there's just nothing like the New Bedford-Durfee rivalry. New Bedford's going to serve first. Evan Massoud and Oliver McNeely with you on Fred TV. That one goes into the net. We saw Emma get the touch right out of the gate. We mentioned in the open, if you're just joining us, she is 29 assists away from 1,000. Quite an accomplishment for a junior.
That is, very much so.
Last time we saw a volleyball milestone was 2 years ago, Cam Branco with the boys, becoming just the third boy to do it in Durfee history. One of the things I love about the gym here is that everything's in play, and the way the screen is above us, it's just offset, so depending on what side you're on, directly above the netting, the screen is just a little bit to the side because of the lights. So it can really, it can make or break you, the field house here.
Yep.
But the glass on the backboards, everything's in play. So if you see it if it ricochets or whatever, you got to play until that ball hits the ground.
Yep, till you hear a whistle.
That's right. Unable to dig it out there was Celine Mayette.
The defense for New Bedford has been great so far. They've been picking up a lot of the hits. that Durfee's putting down. So we'll see if we can find some holes.
Yeah, well, we've seen Emma put the ball up a couple times, but the swing's not strong enough to get through that back line. Again, you just saw it right there. Wearing the liberos, Morgan Correa, one of the captains for the Whalers.
Yeah, she's been excellent so far.
We actually have Emma is actually wearing number 10, contrary to the. I thought I heard
and
number 10.
Leticia's number 6. They switched today.
They must have switched.
Yeah.
Okay. That one goes into the net, and control goes back to the Whalers. So it's 3-2. Slowly but surely, little by little, you know, we start to see as the construction and the projects continue on, we start to see little enhancements, little additions. And one of the things you'll notice at the bottom of your screen, that one goes out and it's deflected. It'll be Durfee with the point. But the scorer's table is brand new, and boy, that is quite a sophisticated table compared to what we had. Two LCD screens on the front, or LED screens on the front, and they can put up graphics. They put up, like, you know, tonight's game, and it had both the Durfee D and the New Bedford logo, and they can even put the girls' pictures up there. So if maybe they end up getting that squared away for senior night, we might actually be able to use it as like a presentation tool, which is really, really quite cool. And it's all run off of a laptop, which is like, you know, it's amazing where things are going. Initially, it was like, you know, a digital table was cool to be able to have the scoreboard on it.
Yeah.
But now we got video boards. This is not going to be playable, and the Whalers are going to go up 6-3 here in the early going. But this gym is going to really, over the next 2 years, completely morph into a very modernized field house, and I'm so glad that we're keeping it, because something this big would never have been implemented into the new school. It's just not how they do things anymore.
Yep.
So this is very beneficial. I'm trying to think of any places that are same size or bigger, and really Taunton and Dartmouth are, I think, the only two that really come to mind.
Yep.
You know, Brockton's big, but Brockton's square. It's really odd. We went for a girls' basketball playoff 2 years ago, and the bleachers on the side, on the other side of the, it was really weird. They're like these beams and rafters and curtains and stuff, and we're looking through columns like this, like wings. And it's just really very strange. I think Dartmouth's a little bigger than this. Dartmouth's wider than this.
Yeah.
And Taunton, we know, is massive. That's why Taunton, they have full control of their locker rooms where the players can change, and they have really good crowd control, and that's why they use it for the playoffs. But, you know, who knows? I would love to see that, you know, once this gets renovated, it seems like the State Association ends up going to newer facilities once they show themselves. I mean, how many state track meets we held at Matt Coldridge Field when this was built, you know, 10, 11 years ago. I would love to see this building get used for some more tournament games, because, you know, it only helps out the school, too, you know.
Yep. Yeah, it's great space.
So 6-5. Hilltoppers serving again. Resendiz with the set. Not a strong enough finish there from Jesse Hanini. Emma's going to send it over strong, though. Almost took out the iPad there. It's like the new age, too. Look, again, we talk technology. Each coach has an iPad going remotely and just sitting there at the, you know, the ends of the courts.
They can use that film footage for pregame discussions. And
oh, yeah.
Identifying some areas for growth.
That's going to skip over, and it skips down. So Durfee's going to get it back. Durfee on a bit of a skid right now. They've lost 3 in a row, and they were all conference games. So really hoping for a little bit of home court advantage here. Hanini goes for it, and it goes out. Durfee at the 500 mark, 4-4, 0-3 in the conference. And New Bedford 3-4, 1-2 in the conference. So they got the upper hand just ever so slightly in the conference. But both teams, compared to where they usually are, both teams, I would say, are underachieving at this point. You know, at New Bedford, they had Janice Leo up front last year. She also played basketball. wicked tall. And she was a force up front. And so she graduated. She's no longer with the team, and I think New Bedford's missing that presence a bit. And then, you look at Durfee. Coach Bullier mentioned Barbara DeCunha Silva.
Yep.
She was such a great hitter. And that kind of a weapon up front can really help solidify that front line.
Yep.
And you lose that leadership despite this team being kind of tight, because most of these girls were freshman starters 2 years ago. Despite that, if you lose an anchor like that, there's going to be some growing pains.
Yeah, she was their go-to player all year last year. Whenever they needed a point, she'd be the one to go to.
Oh, and that skips off the hand of Michaela Lee, who's wearing the libero jersey. So it's 10-7 as the Whalers match what was their largest lead so far, 3 points. Now, I referenced the BR game in the Open because for Durfee, that was one that Coach really felt they had in the bag. I mean, you go up 2-0. Of course, nothing's guaranteed. This is not a timed sport. You got to get to 25. And that was something Coach stressed to us when she spoke with us pregame. But both times, there were 2 different sets down the stretch there that went to extra points because you have to win by 2. So they had it. They had it won. In game number 5, she said they were down 10-1. They came back, rallied, and tied it. And they lost, I think it was 16-14 in that 5th set. So that's a tough pill to swallow, especially, you go up 2-0, all right, you give back 2 sets, then you claw all the way back in set 5 only to drop it like that. I mean, that's to me, that's a loss that would fire me up and say, all right, look, we were that close. Let's figure it out. There's an assist for Resendiz.
It's a great spot by Sophie, finding the corner.
Sophie and Emma, junior captains on this team. Yeah, Coach Bullier did a lot of, last couple years, she's called some of the boys' games with me when Brendan Kelly was coaching the boys, and she always referenced playing the corners like that. If you can hook it and you're playing outside and hitting outside, you can play that line. You could live there all day.
Yep, especially in that back left corner, the setter's corner.
Yep.
Setter often cheats up a little bit.
That's going on. So 12-10. And we understand Coach Brendan Kelly, though, is doing well with the girls at Case. I actually haven't seen Brendan at all. Well, too, it's with the Fieldhouse lot taken away. I had been coming in through the Fieldhouse quite a bit last year, and I haven't been down here. This is the first time I've been down in the Fieldhouse. We've been in school a month. I haven't been down here. Case is 4-0. But again, there's a couple games that are not accounted for on the MIAA. But I mean, that gives you Case is such a powerhouse. Softball and volleyball, they always tend to be right at the top. And no surprise. No surprise that they would be thriving under Coach Brendan as well. Hey, Resendi's going to serve here as the Hilltoppers get it back. You're watching Game 1 of Southeast Conference Girls Volleyball, Durfee, New Bedford, here in Fall River. Hilltoppers down by 2. Let's block at the net there and cause a little bit of a headache for New Bedford, and Hilltoppers will continue to serve here. Well, that's another good serve from Resendiz. Emma came up and played it herself. I thought she was going to set for it. Oh, and deflected off of Hanini. That one was going out. I have to imagine, I mean, I never played. You played. But I have to imagine when you're getting a ball coming in like that, really hot and heavy, and it's coming right at your face. I mean, obviously the natural reaction is to try to, protect yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's too quick of a decision to know, it's going out.
Right,
shouldn't have touched it.
Your natural reaction is to block it and try to pass it, but there are times when it's better to get out of the way.
Right. This could be
There's
trouble.
Bedford.
Wow, great job by the Whalers. Nelsie Molina really saved that one here on this near side.
Good scrappy play. There we go.
Yeah, that was another good dig from the Lady Whalers, Glenda Correas, but it ended up going out, so it's going to give Durfee the ball, but that was a really tough sequence for the Whalers. They kept it alive. And those dives, that's something Coach Bullier said she'd really like to see a little more of with the Hilltoppers, a little more of that aggressiveness, not afraid to give up the body, and that is a swing and a miss.
Yeah, that tenacity just to go after it.
Yeah.
Thinking about the ball before your body.
Tied at 14. Good serve from Sophie. A strong swing, but Resendi's there to back it up. And the Whalers will reset here. Third touch coming. It falls. Miscommunication, and the Hilltoppers with a lead. This team made it to the tournament last year, only to lose to Oliver Ames in the first round. Oliver Ames, another tough school. I mean, any of these teams in the Hockomock, it's probably the most difficult division in the South Coast to play in, or conference rather. And Oliver Ames is another one of those tough schools, especially for volleyball. But there's a lot of sports that they have that tend to be, you know, in the thick of things. There's a set, another good swing, and it's out of reach of Lee. Another one of those instinct balls. We want to go for it.
Yeah, that would have been close. I wasn't sure if that was going in or out.
Jessica Borges with the kill, and she gets possession back for the Whalers as they'll look to try to retie it up. And it'll be Nayeli Watts.
Seems to be an issue with the books down on the other side.
You know what? And admittedly, I have been told so many times, trust me, you don't want to learn how to score volleyball.
It is incredibly difficult. Although once you learn it, it's not too bad. But
I take it you've done it.
I have done it. And I usually opt to not do it. I'd rather be the up ref if I'm working a game.
Well, it was 16-15 Durfee, but now it's 15 all. But I don't recall seeing an extra point get added. Well, right now it stands 15 aside. Going back to Durfee. Resendi's with the set. Hanini trying to finish. Oh, and she was not able to. Great job again. The Whalers able to make a play on that. That goes out, and the lead back to New Bedford. So apparently the score was incorrect. So we're looking at 16-15 now for the Whalers. Molina with the set.
There it is.
Oh, nice dig from Hanini going down to the court. Another good dig.
Good scrappy play from Durfee.
Absolutely. That's what it's about. That was Adriana Fernandez that time.
Win the point.
Nice job.
That's a hard-fought point right there, and that's going to make Coach happy. So Leticia Carvalho will serve now. Leticia, one of 7 seniors on this squad.
Great dig.
Yeah, Resendi's with the set. Hilltoppers with the point, so that should count.
Doesn't count as an assist, though, unfortunately.
I know.
Nice job, Sol.
The net call, probably the most common of calls that we see.
Yep.
Another point for the Hilltoppers. And they're back up by 2. And volleyball can be so long, and a lot of times it doesn't matter, but this is one of those where I always feel like you win that first set, and it really helps you moving forward. You never want to lose that in such a long game. You know, a match can really be drawn out, and we did some really long matches last year between boys. Oh, seriously, between boys and girls. It seemed like every time we were here, it went to 5, and it wasn't a blowout. I mean, we're talking 25 to 22 or 25 to 23. Maximum number of points, per set. And that shows you how good the matches were. They weren't just blowouts. They were close, competitive matches.
Yep.
But they really, they can be drawn out. That's for sure. And the longer you go, the more fatigued you get. That first win to me is always so crucial, especially with volleyball.
Right.
A quick timeout. Both teams ready to come back to the action. So 18-16, Hilltoppers with the advantage. Another good serve. Oh, that one off the fingertips of Borges. Didn't really get set very well. The ball was set well, but she didn't really get planted very well. Never launched up and swung at it. It's almost like the timing was off a little bit.
Yeah, definitely a broken play. That's a good serve.
That's a good serve, but well played by Watts. And the third touch sends it over. That was Borges. Resendiz with the set here. Now Fernandez has to set it. Getting hit with the double touch there.
Yep. Side out, lady, side out.
You can see Coach Bulliard showing her.
Happens a lot when someone who's not a setter takes that second ball with their hands.
Yeah, there's no pushing at all. It's like a springboard type, right, with the fingertips.
Yep, you gotta catch and release it very, very, very quickly. That ball can't come out with any spin.
Back-to-back quick points for the Whalers. Borges will continue to serve.
It's a good pass.
Kept alive. I'll tell you, I'm really impressed by the Whalers' back line there.
They're getting everything up.
Yeah. Been hard for the Hilltoppers to really get anything by them.
Yeah.
A little bit of miscommunication there as Salih Tetrault and Nayeli Watts got tangled up, so Durfee's going to get it back here.
Here we go, Mackenzie, push 5. Here we go.
Reaching over the net. Good job by Hanini. That's probably her best swing of the night.
That was a great spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, New Bedford libero, she's been there all night, picking up everything.
That's Morgan Correa, one of the seniors. Nice job there by Lee to go after that one for the Hilltoppers. Into the net it goes. And Durfee gets it back. It's not a bad spot to be in. You keep it up by 2. You never want it to be neck and neck or tied, when you get into the 20s here. So
always want a little bit of a cushion.
Yeah. So 21-19. Just a couple points away for either side to take it, but the Hilltoppers with that advantage. Getting it to Resendiz. Going for the finish was McDonald. Didn't get a whole lot of downward motion on that swing. And that time a little too much for Mayette, but had the right idea right up front.
Come on, ladies, side out. Here we go. Side out, White, side out.
And now serving for the Whalers, Nelsie Molina. One of 3 captains. That's into the net. And once again, the 2-point lead is back up on that scoreboard for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, New Bedford's giving Durfee a lot of points today.
Yeah. And what they're saving with their defense, the unforced errors are not helping them.
Right.
Going for Borges.
Nice.
Blocked up front by Carvalho. Put the hands up like a wall, and it's 23-20.
That's a big stuff block.
Oh, yeah.
Big stuff block.
Big arcing serve from Mayette. And that drops in no man's land. And the Whalers take it back. Been a good first set, back and forth. I mean, some things to clean up, obviously, but it hasn't been a runaway for either side. Keeps your interest. Oh, Resendiz with the tip over on her own. And the point for the Hilltoppers. So set point here, 24-21. Resendiz will be asked to put it away here with her serve. Whalers set. Big finish there on the far side from Borges, and the Whalers are still alive.
Looks like that went right through the block.
Right through.
Right through.
Right through in a perfect spot where nobody was. Still set point, though, for the Hilltoppers.
One pass, one pass.
Straight up. Lee will send it over, third touch. Good job from the Hilltoppers. That one almost made it into the HVAC system. Up it goes. Resendiz gonna send it over. Borges looking for the kill. It's out of play, and the Hilltoppers survive set one.
Nice win, ladies.
25-22. They trailed for the first half of it, so that's a good comeback for them. And they'll look to build on that. They see the Durfee Hilltoppers really seemed to get more aggressive as it went on. We started seeing them digging more, going down to the ground. Some pancakes as well. You know, really, really not afraid, you know, to go after the ball. And we were saying that's kind of what you need to do.
Yeah, to match the scrappiness that New Bedford's been showing in terms of picking up every ball that's coming to them.
Now, as we switch sides here, get ready for the second set. You know, we mentioned that New Bedford, you know, the defense has just been vacuuming up everything. You know, the Hilltoppers have not, despite getting some really good sets from Resendiz, they haven't been able to put it away on the swing. It's really been more the Whalers giving it back on their unforced errors. So what would you say, you know, from a offensive standpoint for Durfee, when you see a defense like that is just almost impenetrable, what do you do? What kind of adjustments can you make on the offense to try to get some points?
Yeah, so they really have to start putting some variety in their attacks. I feel a lot of them are coming up and kind of just swinging cross court, and that's exactly where New Bedford's just planted. And they're swinging, you know, relatively hard, but just straight at that one position. I think they got to mix it up with some roll shots. You saw a couple times where they picked out the corners and got points, and so really keep the defense on their toes so they're not just knowing where the ball's going to go every time. So I like to see a little bit more of variety in their shot selection, and I think then that'll just kind of keep the defense on edge. Won't let them get comfortable.
You know, the bloopers. One of our favorite Fred TV alums, Sydney Resendiz, proud older sister of Emma, comes walking by and posing for the camera. Jake, would you please, Jake? Let's give Sydney her 5 seconds of fame. Sydney was one of our favorites and still is. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on the air. All right. But in all seriousness, yes, I understand what you're saying. It's a good, and that's a complete thought about it, too. Yeah, you got to pick your spots. And one of the things that I never really, at least with volleyball, I never really thought about because, you know, with tennis, you really have defined zones. But Coach Bullier mentioned to me a couple springs ago, she said, you know, the service game, you can't forget about that. You really got to mix it up with speed, you know, height, picking different corners. And honestly, that's not something I would have really picked up on because where we're seated, we don't really see that.
Yeah.
You know, like a tennis angle where you're hovering over, you know, from one end to the other. But that's a big part of it too, and you got to be able to keep the receiving team on their toes, so you can't just target the same backline player every time.
Our coach in high school always used to say that that's the first thing that you can do defensively is have a hard serve. Because if you can put them off edge, if you can get them out of their system already, it makes your defense so much easier.
Yeah.
And Durfee's been fairly decent with their serving. They've been attacking it. They've missed 3 or 4 last game, but you know, if they're hitting it hard every time and getting some aces and getting some broken plays, I think those missed serves are worth it.
Right. At least they're making it over the net. Yeah. I remember I play golf maybe once a year. I did take lessons at first, of course. You got to know how to swing the club. And one of the things I remember being told with putting, it's so difficult to putt. Golf is such a difficult game in general. But when you're putting, I was always told, it's okay if it went past the hole. I'm like, well, why? It went, 4 feet past the hole. I said, yeah, but if it didn't make it past the hole, then it was never going to go in anyway.
Right.
So that's a good way to look at it. So it's kind of the same as that was kind of a muffed return there by Lee in the back, but it's kind of the same principle here. If it didn't get over the net, well, it wasn't going to stay with you anyway. It was a point for the other side. So at least if it gets over, maybe someone deflects it.
Right.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Better to miss a serve long than to miss a serve into the net.
Right.
Make them think about it at least.
Lee went down to the ground that time. That one really just fell right off the table. That was a good serve from Molina. And it's the Whalers with a quick 2-1 lead here. Wow, that's a vicious swing.
That was a great dig.
Germinal Tagney. Great job by the Hilltoppers to keep it alive. Another tough one. Oh, that one redirected off of Mackenzie Reed.
The blocks are doing well to touch that ball, but yeah, back row's picking up some of them.
Where was Tagney in that first set? She did not get a lot of time up front, and really,
no, she's a sophomore, so it's a young talent. Can only get better.
She really could climb the ladder, got good height, and she's got a strong arm.
Yep.
That could be trouble. No, played it. Oh, it's going to fall in the middle of nowhere.
It's been a tough little rut for Durfee serve receive right now. Haven't been able to give Emma anything.
5-1 New Bedford. As Molina really continues to control the pace here with her serving. Resendiz sends it over on her own, and she finds the corner. Maybe that's the spark they need. I was expecting her to set it, and she caught everybody guessing.
Yep. Sometimes when you need to side out, the setter just takes it into her own hands and knows where there's going to be an open spot, especially when the back row's switching. So that was well done.
The Hilltoppers will get to control here, and it'll be Jessie Hanini with the serve. Good serve. Going to the... Oh, that's close. It just goes out. But again, right idea, kind of to what you were saying. Can't just send it to the back line.
Yep.
Try to work those corners as best you can.
Yeah, it was a strong swing. Didn't miss by much.
Another good serve. Oh, that's trouble. Unreturnable off of Morgan Correa. Just like that. We talk about runs here. Now coming back are the Hilltoppers. 3 straight points. And looking to tie it up at 5. No spin on that one. Kind of just fluttered around like a knuckleball.
That's a
that
great float
goes
serve.
out.
Yep. Great float serve. When I would be playing, I definitely would prefer a nice hard topspin serve that just kind of comes where you know it's expecting. The float serves, they just move.
Yeah.
And you never really know where they're going.
Well, that's what, with baseball, the knuckleball, it's like you think, how can a 65-mile-an-hour pitch make these pro hitters look stupid?
And then you watch it in slow motion, and it just dives in any direction.
Now, can you actually, when you're serving intentionally, like not put spin on the ball? It doesn't kind of just happen.
It's a serve. You want to usually hit it with the palm of your hand, and you don't hit it with a full hand. And that way it just kind of pops.
That makes sense.
Yep. And then Coaches will teach you to put the pin of the volleyball down, because that's the heaviest point on the ball, and that kind of keeps the ball stable as it moves.
That's cool. That's interesting. Yeah, I never would have guessed. I would have figured you had to like maybe grip it or something a different way when you're letting it go. But
yeah, it is hard, and it is. You see serves with no spin. That person's practiced a lot of times.
Yeah. Well, the Whalers build up their lead again a little bit here. It's 8-5. What a great block up front from the Whalers. That was Borges and Tagney.
And it all comes back to serve receive, because that time Emma was behind the 10-foot line when she was setting, which means her only option is to go outside, so you can get that big block out there. Makes it hard for the hitter.
Oh, that one probably should have let it go. But that was a good kill, yeah.
Yeah. Because that time the pass was good enough that Emma had two options. Keeps the defense on their toes so that they're not really sure where she's going with it. Makes it easier for the hitter.
So that's another assist for Emma. So chipping away here. What is that, 3 or 4?
I think I got 5.
5? Again, she came in needing 29. So still a lot of work to do. Coach really feels like tomorrow's game, this is a Wednesday night game. They're home tomorrow as well against Somerset, and she's really thinking that that's going to be the game, the match that's going to happen at. But, hey, I mean, you never know.
You never know, yeah.
And Emma will continue to serve here. That's going back. Tagney plays it, and Borges will send it over on the 3rd. Zendy's going to set here. Right at Tagney, though. Could have been in a better spot. Lee plays it. It deflects up. Now Resendiz back to the far side, and it's McDonald unable to get it over. So 11-7 in favor of the Whalers. That's going out.
Yeah, but again, they put Emma in a tough spot with that pass behind the 10-foot line. Nothing really she can do with it except try to put it up, but that time was a little tight for Sophie.
Man, I like the idea. At least she tried to play the line a little bit.
Yeah,
but
it's a tough spot, especially if you're a righty hitting from this right side. It's really awkward.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of lefties play on the right side of the court.
Whalers' lead is swelled to 6 points. That's the largest lead for either side in this match. 13-7, make it 14. And I have a feeling a timeout is coming. Yes, it is. Well, Durfee was down 5-1. They clawed back. Got it to 5-5, but now 14-7. And really, again, you're mentioning the tough position. You got to keep Emma in position. I think that's really one of the biggest things here is they get out of sync, and then who's going to set for you? Right. She's been having to take basically recovery on the receive because they're not being played that cleanly. So getting played and deflected like straight up. So now someone's got to dive back, and it gets you out of the positioning.
Yeah, their passing definitely has to improve. I think that's one of the big reasons they're down by 7 right now. Their passing just inconsistently, which kind of sets the whole offense off, which means they're making it easier for New Bedford to pick up the balls. And then New Bedford's starting to hit again. They had a lot of issues with that the first game, and now they're starting to find their timing, I think. And they're able to start putting balls down, which is making it more difficult for Durfee.
Yeah, and again, they got a few good early swings there from Tagney that kind of really set the pace in this second set. So she's been a force, and she's been out there for basically this entire second set so far. Resendiz sent it over herself that time, and that's going to go out of play.
It was a good decision. It was a little tight for her, and she can probably jump set that, but it was a smart play to dump it over, find a hole.
Well, McDonald's going to serve. So it should be 14-8. And that one goes into the net, 15-8. That's always tough. And that's kind of what we saw from New Bedford in that, especially at the end of the first set. You know, Durfee gives it up, and then the Whalers can't capitalize on it.
Right.
They put it into the net, and so Durfee gets it right back.
Yep.
That's out of play.
Yeah, but there's another serve receive error. I'd say it's been huge. It's been killing him. There's a good pass.
And a good set, and a
That's
good
what
kill.
happens.
There you go. 16-9.
Yeah, Leticia's been great in the middle, and they just haven't been able to set her that often because Emma's usually super far off the net. But when you get a good pass, it opens up all your options.
That one.
There's a good ace serve.
Wow. Nobody even looked at that.
Kind of caught him off guard. They didn't think it was going to get over the net.
I should rephrase that. They all looked at it.
Everybody
They just
looked.
didn't move.
No one did anything.
So the ace for Carvalho. You're right. I actually didn't think it was going to get over. I thought it was going to come up just a hair short. That one a little stronger. Played by Correa.
That was a good pass.
Yeah. So trying to flip it over, and it works. Wasn't pretty, but it worked for Molina.
Just squeaked over Jesse's block.
I thought the Whalers were going to have that point earlier because they had it set for Tagney, and then she ended up just lofting it over.
Yeah, it's kind of miscommunication on that attack.
Yep.
But there's another good pass. Where
So
they can
Mayette,
set them
whoa! Mayette with a lot of power there.
A little bit behind her, and that kind of floated on her. In that tight pass, Emma's forced to push it over. Oh, good up on Michaela.
Right, Lee was lucky she was right where she was because there was no reaction time on that one from Tagney, and it ends up being a point for the Hilltoppers. It was so strongly hit that the dig went right back over the net.
And they catch you off guard, too. You're on offense, and suddenly it's coming back over.
Right.
They were not ready for it.
No chance to reset. Reed on the serve. Tagney's going to have to send it over. They couldn't get her a good set either. And Resendi's going to set for Mayette. Going to try it again. Hanini goes out of play. Boy, they're getting dangerously close to that iPad. I've seen it go over there.
Looks like it's got a pretty protective case on it.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you'll see any damage, but I'm just wondering how long it's going to take until it goes down.
Yeah.
A prop bet. How many points before it goes down? 19-11. Another one where it goes over on the dig, on the return. Mayette right into the net. I'm sorry, Hanini into the net. And it's 20-11. Zendi's going up to set it, and it's flipped over by Mayette. Wow! How about that from Tagney with a little authority? 10-point Whalers lead.
She put a little extra in that one.
Molina's had a good service game here these first two sets. She's continued to serve. That's in. Wow.
She's starting to find it.
Oh, yeah.
Starting to find that court. A little bit of confidence. Looks like she's jumping higher, too.
22-11. The Whalers have doubled up on Durfee, and they're making quick work of the Lady Hilltoppers here in the second set.
Now, they're definitely in a rut.
See if they can dig their way out. No pun intended here. That one into the net. But seriously, they got a lot of work to do in the second set.
And even just to build their confidence up, even if they're gonna, drop what's set here, is going into the next game. How do you end this game, so that you can go into game 3 and feel good about it?
Oh, that one was close.
Well, starting with an ace.
Starting with an ace. And this is where we've seen Jessie excel tonight too, is the service game.
Yeah,
She's been better with the serving than she has been up front. Set to Resendiz, who sets to Mayette, who sends it over. Looking for Tagney, and look out, that was blocked up front.
It's a great pickup. Good scrappy play from Durfee.
They got a good rally going here. That is, oh, it's
just out.
I actually thought that was in.
Yeah.
That was really close.
I'm surprised in high school they don't have people doing the lines.
I know. You know,
it's hard to see from up there. It's
It is, and it's even harder from down here.
Right. Yeah. Right.
We talk about this a lot. It's you get two officials and they're both at the net.
Right. It's hard to see those corners.
Very hard to see those corners, but come tournament time, you have the line judge.
Right.
I look at it this way. With football, you got 5 officials on the field. And then, with soccer, you have 2 officials running up and down the largest field you're going to play on. You know what I mean? So I don't know where they determine the number of officials that are supposed to be for each sport, but I always feel like there should be a little more than there are, especially with this where you really need to be right on that line.
Yeah.
I would say
Right.
throw an extra
Usually we'd have like some volunteers or it's hard to find impartial volunteers though is the problem. Like you take it from JV, but then be worried what they, if anything, what they see is what they actually see.
Yeah. No, I hear you, and that's the whole impartialness, which is very difficult.
Yeah.
Like you said, that's very difficult to find.
Yeah. But refs do their best and.
Oh yeah, they do. 23-16. That was tipped on its way over. And Resendiz is going to send it over on her own. A little bit of miscommunication there, I think, for the Whalers. Blocked up front. Are they calling the net? No, it's...
Yeah, they're calling it not going over the net.
Yeah.
Yep.
So set point for the Whalers here. They're up by 8. It's into the net, so the Hilltoppers survive another point. And Resendiz will serve. Good serve. Tagney's in the back. That should help Durfee a little bit here. Oh, that lands in. Nobody home. 25-17 as set 2 with authority goes to New Bedford. We're all knotted up here. 1 game apiece. Teams are going to switch sides, go back to where they started. We're going to take a quick break here on Fred TV. Stick around. Set number 3 up next.
Honor, courage, sacrifice, pride, our city. Fall River has traditionally been in the forefront of honoring our nation's soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen. Vietnam veterans took the initiative to secure rights to an 80% size replica of the Healing Wall for Veterans Bicentennial Park. The names of over 58,000 fallen heroes will be engraved on the 360-foot long replica wall. 100% of the money raised benefits the building of our Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall in Fall River. Help build our wall, which is scheduled to open in 2020. The meaning, the spirit, and the value of the wall is everyone's. Be part of this exceptional, once-in-a-lifetime project. To make a donation, please visit VietnamMemorialWall.org or connect with us at Facebook.com.
Welcome back inside the Luke Urban Fieldhouse. Girls volleyball on Fred TV. Evan Massoud and Oliver McNeely with you for the call. Hilltoppers took game 1, if you're just joining us, by a score of 25-22. But they dropped the second set here, 25-17, really dominating second set. And you could tell that New Bedford is not only heating up, but they also have made adjustments that Durfee hasn't been able to make.
Yeah, their hitting really improved that second game. And I think that was the difference maker. Because their defense has been pretty consistent. That first game, their hitting errors were just not allowing them to stay in the game.
Now that's a good swing, but we've seen that a lot too, where if it's not right at a defender, it's going long for Durfee.
Yep.
The sweet spot just hasn't been found yet.
Not quite over the ball on that hit, but she'll find it.
Quick set, and yeah, that didn't go as planned with the double touch. You could tell.
Pass was not excellent. Kind of came it right at her face pretty quick.
Yeah.
Not much you can do with that.
So continuing to serve here is Glenda Correas.
Yeah.
Another one of the 3 captains for the Whalers. Flipped over by Resendiz. There's a good dig in the back there from Mackenzie Reed. Straight up from Lee. Resendiz comes flying in, and there was no communication there from McDonald and Hanini.
That's a tough play, especially when a player like Kayla makes that pass. She's hoping that someone can put it over. That's tough.
That's a good set.
There's a kill.
That's a kill, so that's an assist for Resendiz.
It's a good find. That donut right in the middle of the court.
Mm-hmm.
Just over the block is a good spot.
That's the Hilltoppers' first point here in the third, so it's 4-1, and Hanini back on the serve. Out of play. Good eye there. She let that one go. Saw the hands go up.
Yep.
Tagney sends it over. Resendiz wants another assist here and another point. Doesn't get it that time. This is going to be played right at the net. She swats it over. Now Molina with the set for Tagney. Wow. Yeah, really. Reed was she was in the right place at the right time there.
Yep.
Good rally going here. McDonald sends it over and played right at the line. Correa. Nobody home.
It's another time where that's the setter's ball, that's Emma's ball, and she wanted it, but Jessie
Yeah.
felt she was in a better position, and then that collision created a set that was not excellent.
No, and it was rolling. You know, when you get those net skimmers, there's really very
Yeah,
little
and
you can
Sophie
do
tried
with
to
it.
pull it off, but that was
Yeah,
it's a difficult play.
and that's a tough dig there. Molina with a quick point for her Lady Whalers. Quick set there.
Nice, Celine.
Wow. All kinds of crazy here. Back and forth over the net it goes. That's deflected, and that is a point for the Hilltoppers.
That was a great cut shot by Sophie McDonald there. Talking about that shot variety, that's one of them. Just that short, right inside the 10-foot line, cross court, excellent.
Oh, that one's not going to make it over. A little short from Mayette. Dug out, sent back over again. Yeah, they call the net, right?
Yeah, she caught a little net on that last swing.
Yeah.
That's right. Keep
But she's being aggressive, which is good to see.
Especially, it came right back at her. It was dug out.
Gives you a second opportunity to put it down.
Tagney down to the court, clears out of the way.
There's a good up.
Yeah, great job by Resendiz.
There's a
Off
good
the
touch on the block.
Oh, coming in was Lee, and she couldn't do anything with it, but
That was a good dig. Good touch off the block. Good dig on a really great swing.
9-3, and Correa going to continue to serve. Strong serve that time.
Tight pass.
At the net. Over it goes. And the point to Resendiz.
Yeah, she's had a lot of tight passes tonight. That was did well with that.
Subbing back in is Fernandez, so she'll be up front. As Resendiz goes on the serve. It's coming back. Oh, and it's going long.
Couldn't quite get on top of that one. But it's good they're aggressive. When they see that ball coming over, they're swinging at it, which is great. Great to see.
Sooner or later, that's going to translate into some points.
Yeah.
Tagney on the serve. Wow.
Great float serve.
Holy cow. That's the first time she served tonight, I think. I don't recall seeing her serve in that first set. And you mentioned she's only a sophomore. Yeah, Tagney's got a future for sure.
Yeah.
And she's going to get to serve again.
Yeah, but this is a pretty good float serve if she does that same serve again where it's hard and low and no spin on it.
That
and now
one
floats
too
a little
high.
long, yep.
But she's got some power. I mean, we saw it on her
Yeah.
swings and now getting to see her serve. She's got a lot of power on that arm.
Yep.
So Durfee gets it back down 11-5. And McDonald will serve.
That was a great up.
Yeah, flying in too to save it.
Ah.
Double touch.
That was a great up, but the pass was a little tight, and it's hard for Emma to get around that, and hard to not double that one.
And now we're going to see Nayeli Watts on the serve. Molina. That's going long.
I'm starting to see Durfee going a little faster in the middle, which is nice to see. That ball that Emma's setting is not quite a floater and a high ball, which speeds up the offense and makes it harder for New Bedford's blockers to do something with it. So that's nice to see.
Well, again, we talk about adjustments, and that's a tough serve there from Carvalho. We talk about the adjustments, and those are the things you got to do, because if one way's not working, you got to have the wherewithal to notice that,
Yep.
to pick up on that and say, okay, what can we do? We need an edge here, because Durfee's finding themselves down by 7 once again, and now 8 as that one right into the net.
Yeah, and so a lot on missed hits.
Yeah.
Poor passes, hitting errors. Some of the stuff they can clean up, but have to do it pretty quickly if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, 8-point lead for the Whalers as Borges served it away.
Nice, AJ.
Pick it up.
Lee sends it back. Resendiz trying to get some.
That's a great set.
That was a great set, is right. She's been
Off balance and everything. It was good.
she's been working hard.
She needs some people to put the ball down.
I know. That one too long as well. And I think if this lead gets to 10, we may see another timeout.
That was a strong swing from Jesse Yanine.
Oh, nice dig from Lee. She just saved that point. Unable to play it though is McDonald, and the lead is 10, 16-6. The Whalers are really putting it to Durfee. Mayette coming in. Didn't get a lot of power on it. I think that almost fooled the Whalers a bit. So
Yeah, I don't think that was her intention, but it was a great spot.
right, and that'll count for Resendiz as well. So by our count, unofficial, she has 9, which means she's 20 away from 1,000. 980 assists.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of assists
Yep.
for basically 2.5 seasons.
Yep.
Seriously, that's impressive. For the boys, I mentioned Cam Branco a couple years ago. Then before him, it was Jesse's brother, Joe Hanini, and then and Nick Dodonna. I'm sorry, not Nick. Jeff Dodonna. Nick graduated with me. Jeff graduated 4 years later, actually with my sister, and Jeff was the first to do it in boys volleyball. So only 3 boys have done that. That's down to to the ground, and I believe that's another assist.
Great pass, great swing, great play.
And that's what you need. I mean, the Hilltoppers have not been getting the points. They haven't been getting the breaks, and you just need that confidence booster. Look out for Tagney on the far side. Well played at the net. What a dig from the back. Coming down to the ground is Reed to save that one. And another point and another assist. 17-10.
Yeah, Durfee's back row is picking up those touches off the block, which are hard because that ball's redirecting right off the block. And they're doing well with it and then putting it away.
Yeah, Reed just got the hand there to save that one.
Let's see what they can do with this free
wow,
ball.
That was kept alive. That was an amazing turn of events there. No good. And it should be 17-11, I think. I think they missed a point on the board after that last one. I could be wrong. (17-10) right now. 17-10. Resendiz with the set. Mayette into the net. Didn't get really set on that one.
Yeah, looked awkward. I think their timing's a little off recently. But they're talking about it right now, so hopefully they'll pull it together.
Right, and that was also something that Coach Bullier mentioned. She said, you know, Emma's been setting really well, but she's starting to find her hitters and get into that groove because, I mean, you know, we mentioned Barbara DeCunha Silva. She was such a force up front the last couple years, and so when you have someone who's just your go-to scorer, your go-to swinger there, you know, you kind of build that, I guess you could say, relationship, you know, from setter to hitter.
Right. I mean, half those assists that she has is probably Barbara's.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you lose that, and not only do you lose that presence, that leadership up front, now you got to start working with some of the other hitters as well and try to find the rhythm and, you know, make it a well-oiled machine. Tipped over ever so lightly. That is in. Good spot from Tagney. We've seen that a few times. 22-11 the score. No one wants to get the ball. We thank our spectator for his assist. That won't count for Emma, though. So.
Here we go, White. Here we go.
Morgan Correa back on the serve, and that's right into the net. So we'll call that a bit of a break for Durfee. 20-12, and they're going to get it right back. See if they can rattle off a few more points. Emma's going to be in the back, though, because she's serving. Big serve there.
Nice get, AJ.
Flipped over. Oh, that might have been going out, but it ended up being played. Here comes the third touch, and it's good recovery from Durfee. Out it goes. Tagney shrugs his shoulders. 20-13. That was a hard-fought point.
Nice job, AJ. Way to hustle.
Zendi's in to get it. It's set back to her, and that was kind of an awkward place to go. And that's going to give the ball back.
Here we go, here we go.
And that's probably, again, you know, that not having Resendiz up front. You had Fernandez there. Not used to that role. So she went back to Emma, but she had two of her teammates right next to us on this side.
That's right. And
Lofting
New Bedford is doing well at putting that ball at Emma.
Yeah.
So that she can't release and set the ball.
She's able to set it there, but
there's a good up from Jesse.
McDonald sending it over. Still alive. That time poking it over with the fist. And that's out of play. New Bedford with the point.
Yeah, that came hard right at Michaela Lee and didn't know what to do with that. Got kind of stuck.
Yeah, she's taken, she's really had to take some really hard returns and some hard swings from the Whalers in this game. She's been very busy on that back line. She plays that one too. Deflects it, goes straight up. Resendiz comes and plays it, and it'll be flipped over.
Nice push, so smart.
See what they can do with this free ball.
Well, Resendiz is going to get to set it. Tagney there though for the kill till she blocks it. Oh, a swing and a miss. Borges mistimed it. Came up empty. McDonald back on the serve. 22-14. Set for Hanini. And that one falls in. And the Whalers just 2 points away from taking a commanding 2-1 lead. And the serve will be Watts. Set point. With a lot of wiggle room. A 10-point lead for the Whalers here in the third set. Looking to go up here 2-1. Oh, the Hilltoppers survived that point. Carvalho gets it over. Tough play at the net, and it's gonna fall in, and that's gonna do it here for the third set, which ends up being a 25-15 New Bedford advantage. They win it by 10. That's the largest margin of victory through the first 3 sets. Can Durfee force a fifth, or will New Bedford close it out? Well, come back right after this break to find out. You're watching Girls Volleyball on Fred TV.
Hi, my name is Laura Ferreira. I am the Director of Traffic and Parking for the City of Fall River. As the school year begins, we want to remind everyone of the school zone safety laws. Crosswalks are here for a reason, your safety. Please use them. Always wait for a crossing guard to stop traffic and escort you safely. Drivers, please use caution when entering a school zone. 20-mile-per-hour speed limits are strictly enforced as mandated by state law. By being respectful and patient with one another, we can all arrive at our destination on time and in one piece. Thank you for your attention. If you have concerns or questions, please contact my office at 508-324-2123. Let's have a wonderful school year.
First serve of this fourth set goes into the net, so not the way the Hilltoppers want to start it, down 2-0. Evan Massoud and Oliver McNeely with you on Fred TV. Hilltoppers in a must-win situation here, or they'll be in danger of losing their 4th straight, and all 4 of these games have been conference games. So this was a big game for them coming into play against New Bedford, and if they drop it, really kind of going to be out of the race in terms of the conference very early in the season, unfortunately. So the Hilltoppers with a lot of work to do to try to salvage this match, really. Long rally here. That's going to be trouble. Hilltoppers going to get it back. All right, well, while we're here in the fourth, Oliver, you handle student government, and we're going to promote here on Fred TV. So we are here on Channel 9. going to be hosting one of the debates, and it'll be the school committee debate, which is going to be October 16th, and it will be live on Fred TV. One of the things we're looking to do, which you and I had already talked about, is this collaboration and getting student government involved as well. So that's really important. And one of the things with with Fred TV being the educational channel, we teach media literacy, but we also want to get the students involved, and not just with TV, but with the stuff that's going on in the city as well. And so we figured what better than to have the school committee one, because the school committee meetings are on Fred TV. So the school committee debate will be aired on October 16th at 6:30, and we will be having 3 of the student government students as well. So they'll be developing the questions, and we're working with them on that. So it's a process. It's something we've never done. We've never really hosted our own. We usually just cover it on the government channel, but we're actually the ones leading the charge. So really looking forward to it. My coworker Pamela Martin has really been kind of spearheading this. This was really her initial idea, and so she's been contacting all the candidates and stuff. So it's been a good process so far. I say all this to not only promote it for the purposes of the election, but to also promote student government, which always has stuff going on. So I want to give you the floor. Oh, the iPad almost went out. We were waiting for it. It's like in The Office when they're watching, the DVD thing, trying to hit
the corner.
Right.
Yep.
I digress. So I hand the floor to you. What's going on here at Durfee with student government? What are some of the initiatives, some of the things you guys have coming down the pipeline for, say, the next couple months before Christmas?
Yeah, so the thing that's coming up most recently is the club fair. That's kind of in-house, but a way to demonstrate and show all the freshmen and the new Durfee students kind of all the extracurriculars and the amazing opportunities they have outside of school, outside of the regular school day. And I've been putting the list together, and it's like we have 40+ clubs. That are running every day, and that's amazing. And so that's what we've been our most recent focus. But then, we're thinking about the school committee debate and how we can, what issues that our students can bring to the table that'll be important for the members of the school committee to be considering as they campaign. And then in thinking future stuff, we have a tailgate for the big Thanksgiving game that we're in the works of planning. So
nice.
Still early in that, but that's going to be really fun. We'll have a nice breakfast tailgate before that home Thanksgiving game on the 27th. And then it's the Halloween time is coming up at the end of next month. And so we always do a spooky week for a couple days of Halloween-themed fun and activities and events. And so that's kind of the next week-long event, mini Spirit Week.
I was just going to say, between the Halloween and Spirit Week, just that alone, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, and then, not to mention Spirit Week, which we've already started brainstorming themes for that whole week leading up to the pep rally. So
nice.
Yeah, we got our hands full at the moment.
Well, as always, since it was brought up, we will have Thanksgiving Day football, and Durfee is hosting this year, which means we're live from Mac Aldridge Field. Really looking forward to that. I have to say, the boys are off to a good start. Last year was such a grind for them, and any time you have a losing season, it'll wear on you. Never mind a winless season. And unfortunately for the kids and the coaches, and I've been here since fall 2012 was my first season, and last year was the 3rd winless season that I witnessed. And it's tough. It's not easy. And these kids, I give this team, this group of guys, most of them, a lot of them were freshmen, sophomore last year. It's a young team, but it's a team that understood the game because a lot of these guys played together on the Pop Warner team, the Fall River Falcons, that made that run and went to Florida for the championships and stuff. So they know the game. They know each other. It was more of like, okay, here's the step from one level now to varsity high school.
Right.
Hello. There's going to be some growing pains there. What I saw this year early on, we did opening night, and it was not a shootout by any stretch until overtime. But they forced overtime. The defense made their stops, and the offense answered in overtime when they had to. I mean, that was a big way to start the year with a win after last year. The Taunton game I wasn't here for, but that was a winnable game.
Yep.
They turned it over. They were driving, and they turned the ball over on downs with like 15 seconds to go. But again, it was a winnable game. They were in that game. It was not a blowout. And then last week, they picked up their second win. They really controlled the game again. The defense did a great job. They went up to Quincy. They won 14-7. I can't remember the last time I said that Durfee has a winning record through 3 games.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's awesome.
I'm so happy for them. And, you know, me just because I always look ahead anyway, just to look ahead and just to speculate. But, you know, I look at these guys. They're going to get to host their senior year. If these guys really stick with it, I mean, this could really be a good senior team. We haven't had a winning season in years. You know, maybe that'll be this year. We don't know. We've got to take one game at a time. They have Nauset coming in on Friday, and we'll cover that one. And then that's it for the regular season, at least, or the first 7 weeks, you know, before the tournament. So we'll see where you end up after 7 weeks. If you make the playoffs, then you go into the bracket. If not, you get weekly matchups.
Yep.
If that ends up being the case and it's weekly matchups, even though we're hosting Thanksgiving, we only got 3 home games in weeks 1 through 7. We'll probably still get one more because we always end up being able to do a homecoming night in November. But at least for the time being here, the home schedule will be done. They will be on the road for all of October, which is kind of rare. That doesn't usually happen that way. It's actually good for us because Diamond has 3 of the 4 weeks in October, they're home. So there was no overlap. So we'll actually be able to cover Bengals football and not have to make a choice. So that's always a positive. But yeah, Thanksgiving football, we love it. It's always a sight. It always brings in a crowd. You know, Durfee did lose last year, but they had won 2 years in a row prior. And last year was a tough game. New Bedford really kind of put it to them. But this year I have a feeling it could be a little more even keel. But you never know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of time from now till Thanksgiving. A lot of football to be played.
Very true.
And in keeping with the theme of Jake Fitzgerald running camera for volleyball, the Hilltoppers leading here in set 4, trying to force set 5. I think like I said, every game we did, or match we did last year, spring or fall, boys and girls, I think everything went 5. Everything. Except for the tournament game for the girls. Right. Oh, yeah. Durfee up 11-6 here. That was a great dig on this side. Resendi's going back to get it. No, so all good stuff, though. Getting back to student government, you know, that it's great. It was pretty involved when I was a student here, but not nearly to the extent it is now, which is good. It's nice to see it grow. And I know, you know, Mike Costa was involved with it for a long time. You took it over, and it's been a good program, and I'm glad that we get so much interest in it. I'm glad that there's some creativity. You know, it's not just the same stuff every year. That's good. It keeps our students wanting to know what's coming next. You know, keeps it fresh. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, we try, and it's been nice. We've had, you know, some consistency in who is a part of the student government team every year, but the elections have been far more contested. And we've had a lot of turnover, which is actually really healthy for the whole organization to get some diversity in the picture. Yep.
That one went into the net, but got to give big props to Hanini, who went down and dug that one out, almost pancaked it just a moment ago. That was a great dig out. Unfortunately, the point still went for the Whalers, but she made it a little more difficult.
Good save.
Yeah, it was. Fernandez. It's coming back. Lee gets there, and it's still alive. Molina with the set. Right to Resendiz. Into the net it goes, as Fernandez could not play it. And it's 11-9. Whalers creeping back. Just a 2-point game. And I noticed, too, the timeout, so now 60 seconds. It was 75 seconds, from what I recall. I wonder if there was a rule change. I always remember it was always at a $1.15. It was never at a minute.
Interesting.
So I'm wondering if that was a rule change in the summer months. Does football change the rules? Like Massachusetts and one other state, I think it was Texas. We were the only 2 states that were playing by the federation rules and not the NCAA rules. So they finally switched to it, which is why folks at home or who've come to the games, Durfee's playing 12-minute quarters now instead of 11. It's following certain rules. There's less timeouts as well, which hallelujah.
Yep.
The Whalers have come all the way back. It was 11-5, and they have a 12-11 lead on a 7-0 run. Hilltoppers really need to stop the bleeding here, and they do.
And you saw the coaching change. They put Mackenzie Reed in for Adriana Fernandez. Mackenzie is a setter, and so the second ball is when Emma takes the first one. You have a setter now taking that second ball again, so that you saw that there led to a kill, which was great.
And that's important. Right now you need that experience. That's going to go out, so that's a tough break after you just get it back.
Yep.
Carvalho not able to serve it inbounds. So the Whalers leading again where they've been most of this match. And that's out of play, so Durfee will get it back. I always wonder if, that with the girls, we see the boys volleyball team. Boys typically are taller than the girls, and I always wonder if that, is there regulation with the net in terms of height?
Yeah, there's a difference.
There is a little difference, right?
Yeah, significant difference.
Yeah.
And the men still play on an 8-foot net,
That's
and I
right.
think the women's is 6 inches lower.
Yeah.
Maybe 8 inches lower, something like that.
I mean, that would make sense. But it seems, for like Durfee, it seems like in a lot of sports, we're never the taller team. And that, I think, especially with volleyball, that poses a challenge. When you got to get on top of the ball.
Right.
I mean, we look at the boys, for example, it's hard to compare, but look at the boys, like Danny Keys, the last couple years, and he's going to be playing in college now. I mean, he'd be spiking it down at 45-degree angles, like, shy of the 10-foot line. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yep.
But part of that is having that extra height, too. And I know the net goes up, but, Danny over a foot taller than most of the girls on the court. Right. So, again, just using that as an example, it's tough to compare guys versus the girls, but.
Yep. No, but it's the same thing. When you have a smaller team, you often, to make up for that, you have to run things faster. You have to be more dynamic. You got to jump higher. And that makes it tough on the setter often, too, because they're trying to run a faster offense.
Yeah.
To make up for that height differential.
That's going out of play. So after the Whalers climbed all the way back, and a bit of a stalemate, if you will, if we just keep trading points. No one's really kind of found a rhythm here. We just go back and forth with lead changes. 16-15 the score right now. Good serve from Hanini. She's really been very good throughout this match. Again, Durfee down 2-1. They need to win this one if they want to continue.
Great serve and a great pass.
That's going to fall, and that's an assist for Resendiz. And a timeout for the Whalers. Timeout as they're down by 3. So where are we at with Emma here?
So
unofficially,
my unofficial count is 15.
That she has 15.
Yeah.
So she's 14 away unofficially. Unofficially. And that's a lot of assists to get. Even if they win this, the short set 5, that's asking a lot.
Yeah. Asking for the hitters to really be super efficient in their swings.
Well, so the good news is that Durfee is home Thursday, tomorrow, for Somerset. And again, while I won't be here, we will have a camera here. And that milestone will be covered. we expect her to get it tomorrow, if she doesn't get it today. Durfee using every second here as the scoreboard buzzes away. And of course, you know, for Emma too, you know, you say you don't think about it, but of course it's in the back of your head a little bit. You know, if she can get like 20 today, leave just 9 tomorrow, makes it a little easier too. You probably have
She'll get it in game 2 tomorrow. Yeah.
Exactly. It won't loom another match potentially. You know, that's in the corner. Great spot. And Tagney getting it done, and she's up front. So keep an eye on number 19. That's for sure. She's been very impressive when she's been up front.
Yeah, but now Durfee's in the rotation where they have Sophie McDonald back in the front row, and I think that's been one of their stronger rotations, where Emma and Sophie are both there. So
it's all about matchups.
Yep. There's a kill.
There's a kill. So again, unofficially 13 away. That's going down. Hilltoppers up by 4, 20-16. Playing the line that time. And into the net it goes. A 5-point lead. This is a good kind of run here that the Hilltoppers really need to close out this set with authority. If you're going to force the 5th set, don't let New Bedford crawl back in like they already did once in this set. Just really close it out and go into the 5th with the momentum. Double touch, indeed.
Yep. Durfee's just minimizing their mistakes, and New Bedford not putting it over.
That one does not make it over. But the Hilltoppers with a nice little cushion here. 5-point cushion, 22-17. Odds are in their favor.
Well, they will need some passing, though,
yes,
to finish this game off. That's a good pass.
Good set. Good finish. Nice. Oh, great dig.
That's a great up.
23-18.
Nice job, Durfee.
Now Emma's going to serve. That's a good serve.
Get up, get up.
Out. But it was deflected. So the Whalers will get to control it here. Down by 4, 23-19. And that's Watts who's going to serve.
A great pass.
Into the net, and it's just a 3-point game.
That set from Emma was a tiny bit tight for Sophie to handle. Try it again.
Nice dig from Correa. It's tipped, still played at the net, and this is the 3rd touch, but it does go over. Nice job for the Hilltoppers to stick with it. Borges in the corner, it's good.
It's a great spot.
I mean, she had like about 3 inches to work with there, and she found that corner just out of reach for Lee. And it's a 2-point game.
They need a good pass right here. Put one down. It's a great pass.
That's trouble.
That was a great
and that's going to fall, and it is set point. And Durfee controls their own destiny here. McDonald will serve and try to force set 5. Hanini to Tagney.
Great pass.
Played in the back by Correa. Sent over by Molina, and the Hilltoppers will try to end it again. Going behind. I like the idea. Lee plays it. Resendiz with the set. Hanini again. Off the fingertips up front. Wow, what a nice rally. Back and forth we go. Carvalho can't get it to go. Whistle. And it's going to New Bedford.
That's a great rally.
It was.
Both teams are picking up everything, playing some good volleyball. They really need this side out right here, though.
Into the net. 24-23. Whalers not going away.
There it is. They need someone to step up and put this game away right at this point.
Yeah. Durfee can still win it here by 2 if they get this point.
There's a pass.
It's dug out, sent back. Tang with the fist and keeps it in play again. That was going long, and Lee played it, and we're tied at 24. Holy cow. Timeout. We've seen this multiple times tonight that New Bedford really, they can get on a run and rally off or rattle off 5 or 6 points at a time just in the blink of an eye.
Yep.
And it looked good for the Hilltoppers for a while. They were up by 5. What was it, 23-18?
Yeah, and then they relaxed. And then the last couple of points, I think they've felt like they've been in that rut. They feel stuck. And so they really just need one side out to get out of this. And I think in the rotation change, I think Emma goes back to serve, and I think they're going to be in a better spot.
Well, Morgan Correa will continue to serve here for the Whalers. 24 all. Set number 4. Oh, Resendiz caught them napping.
Yeah, when you need a big point.
That was
Sometimes
huge.
the setter's just going to take it into her own hands.
Big time play from Resendiz. And it will be Carvalho serving here. And she can win it and push ahead to set 5. No, it goes out.
That's a big miss.
We'll keep playing. 25 all. The set. Mayette sends it over. That's
It's a great
a
spot.
point. Yes, great spot. And it's a Durfee lead. And control goes back to Durfee again. It's going to be Mackenzie Reed on the serve. 26-25. Trouble. Durfee's going to 5. 27-25 the score. The Hilltoppers really battled back big time. And we will play set number 5 to decide it. Sudden death, first to 15. And right now, Jake is thinking Evan in his big mouth. We knew it was going to happen. It's 5. It's an automatic 5 when we're here. No, it's been a good match. And that fourth set was much more like the first set, back and forth. I mean, sure, there were errors on both sides of the equation. But it wasn't a runaway. Durfee competed much more in this fourth set. Those middle 2 sets were really difficult.
Emma Resendiz, our unofficial count, is up at 19 right now.
Which leaves her about 10 to go. Again, unofficial. You have a very, very eager Sydney here, wanting to see little sister get it done. You are. But I have a feeling the odds are that it probably will end up being in the next game. But hey, you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
She could her assists could account for the first 10 points of the fifth set. You never know. Tell you one thing though, the ending to this fourth set, I hadn't seen the Durfee bench that rowdy, that into it, cheering on the team. I mean, that helps.
It was loud.
That helps too. You got to get loud. I mean, this is your home court. New Bedford's on the other side.
Yep.
You got to let them know that you're in Durfee.
Volleyball's a game of energy.
Yeah.
And if you have some good positive energy going on, the ball just rolls your way sometimes.
Exactly. And I'll tell you, and that's kind of like I go back to the boys basketball game here against New Bedford last winter. I mean, this place was probably as electric as I've seen it. Really, over the years that I've done these games. It was like playoff atmosphere. I remember, who was telling me? Actually, I think it was Matt Damaris, our principal. He said, wow, this is like, 25, 30 years ago. I hadn't heard that from somebody in a long time.
Yeah, well, we'll see who comes out flying right now.
Right.
Because they switch at 8, and ideally you're up when that switch happens. So,
well, that's the hope, because you're halfway home.
Right. Try to win that race to 8, and then hope to finish it out when you get on the other side of the court.
Yeah. The nice thing is Durfee will finish right in front of us, whether they win or lose. But you hope they win, because then the celebration's right in front. Because we're just a little off center because of the locker rooms. Another reason I would love a perch. Because then we can, talking about, possibly like robotic cameras in here, all kinds of stuff being tossed
We're getting
around.
fancy.
Yeah, nothing's set in stone here. I mean, we're still, obviously, we're still playing in here, so there's nothing that's really been done inside this building. But it's going to be a major remodel and definitely some technological advances. There's no doubt about that. Lee plays the opening serve, which comes from New Bedford, and Durfee's got to send it over after 3 touches. Tang will have to do the same, so bit of a stalemate on the first point. Tang with the swing.
That was a great up.
It was, and I heard a whistle, though.
Looks like a net on Emma.
I think so. It was the
oh no, it looks like a net on the attacker.
On the attacker.
She must have swiped the net on the,
I was gonna say, I didn't think
through.
None of the Hilltoppers were near it.
I didn't see the net move that often, but
Well, coach is not happy. Coach Jeff Longo of New Bedford. He did not like that call. But that's a big first point for Durfee, especially one that, maybe a little controversial, you could say. That can get into the heads of the Whalers. 2 straight points for Durfee.
There's that energy coming from the Durfee bench, getting excited about that block right there.
That's going to be short. A rare miss from Jessie. Again, has been very solid with her service game tonight. This match almost 2 hours old in real time.
One pass, ladies, one pass. Here we go.
2-2. Resendiz with the set.
Great set.
Yeah, and a great swing from McDonald. I don't think that was not touched.
She thought about touching that one.
She sure did, but she let Lee let it go. Emma's dad, always at every mat, saying to Lee, you can hear it to the left, like the Matrix. That's pretty funny. Nobody home. Emma came out of position to set it, and I don't think she got to set it, and then there was nobody there to back her up. So New Bedford going to serve. neck and neck here in the 5th set. Good block up front from Borges. That one through the fingers though. Correa to Tagny, who sends it over. Resendiz with a high set going backwards to Hanini. Played by Correa again. Molina to Tagny.
Oh, great touch.
Wow. Right place, right time. But it doesn't get over. Great reaction though from Reed to even get that arm
stuck
out.
an arm out and that ball went straight up. That was great.
That's into the net. Back to Durfee. Here we go. We're noticing a theme here. Back and forth in this 5th set. No one's found a groove yet. Resendiz will serve. Played by Tang. Molina lofting it over. It goes out of play, and the Hilltoppers with back-to-back points will keep possession here. Targeting Tang once again, but she's able to get a set this time, and that was a great kill. Skipping off of 2 Hilltoppers and the net. Unplayable for the point. And now she's going to serve. Good strong serve, really. Well, that was close to having 2 players touching that one. Tipped over. Durfee getting it back. 6-5. And we will see Sophie McDonald on the serve. The set for Borges, right through the defenders. Resendiz sends it over to Correa. Ooh. Different approach from Borges that time. That one falls in. So the road ahead for the Hilltoppers as they take a 7-6 lead. Again, they got Somerset tomorrow. So a rare week with 3 games in a week. Then they hit the road. 5 of their next 6 after tomorrow will be on the road. Seekonk, Taunton at home, and then 3 more on the road. Stang, New Bedford, and Westport. So not a lot of home games left on the schedule for Durfee. That's trouble. Hilltoppers lead it 8-6, and we're gonna switch sides. So check mark next to the first.
They won the race to 8,
right?
Now they just have 7 more.
For the Whalers as we kill some time here in the switch. The Lady Whalers upcoming schedule. They will travel to Fairhaven on Friday. Then home on Monday against Taunton. And I think we just got the milestone as well. At least that's what we're hearing here.
Looks like the official count from the Durfee bench.
So we were off. How about that? Congratulations to Emma Resendiz. 1,000 assists for Emma. So we were off a little bit, but that's why we're not the official scorers.
I just wasn't as generous, apparently.
We're not the official scorers, so that's fantastic. She needed 29 coming into today, and she got it done. And now all that's left to do is to make the comeback official and take a win, a much-needed win. So, but congrats to Emma. Interesting that it happened when it did on the switch, too. So kind of a natural break in the action, not something that would have kind of upset the flow here. But that's so awesome. Congratulations to Emma once again. 1,000 assists, and she's halfway through her junior season. I mean, 1,500 is not out of the question here.
Yeah.
Really, really impressive. Into the net it goes, and Durfee just gave up their 2-point cushion. It's tied yet again.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's get this game.
So 8-8, it's out. Oh, they called it in. They call the net.
Oh, no, they said it touched. They got the line.
Wow,
That was a close one.
We had 4 Durfee players and Coach Bullier right on the line celebrating for a moment, and it looked out from this angle. To me, it looked out. That was close. Dug out by Lee.
Work, ladies, work.
It's 10-8. 4 straight points for the Whalers in this 5th set. You can't get it. Can't let the lead get away from you any more than these 2 points. Because it's the first to 15, and that's a big miss right there.
Now you see Emma come to the front row where she's been a little tricky all night. So maybe you might see some more of those dumps on 2. Try to mix up the offensive attack.
And we're tied.
There you go. All right.
There's an ace to put Durfee ahead by 1.
Don't mind me as I'm tweeting out about the, or posting our Facebook page about Emma here. There we go. That looks good. That's fantastic. Really exciting. We've seen so many great milestones over the years. Just in our little city, you know. That's not, you know, you can see you going statewide. That's a different story. But when you have it happen here in the city, I mean, it's really cool because there's only 3 high schools.
Yep.
(11-10) Hilltoppers, they served. And now Resendiz with a set here. Mayette was not set for that, and lucky that one got over. Coming to this side now to Hanini, good swing on it. Might have been going long, but Correa plays it. Watts sends it into the net. And Durfee up 2. Tagney sends it over. Resendiz flips it over, and it's 13-10. Far side to Saylee Tetrol, just back into the game, number 11. She'll send it over on that 3rd touch. Resendiz gonna set it again for Mayette. Oh, nice job by Molina. There was a lot of spin on that one.
There's that dump.
There it is, and it's good. Match point for the Hilltoppers.
There's that over on 2 that Emma's been finding success with tonight. Just catching New Bedford off guard, not ready for it on that 2nd attack.
For the win. It's out. Durfee wins the match. Coming back from 2 sets down, 2 sets to 1. They force the 5th. They win the 5th. Resendiz with the milestone. All good here at the Fieldhouse. What a great match.
That was a battle.
It was.
That was fun.
And you know, when it came down to it, the Hilltoppers really dug down and made it happen. Those 2 middle sets, really, I mean, I thought they were dead in the water. They just couldn't catch any breaks, and there were a lot of unforced errors, and everything was going right for New Bedford. To come back and win set 4 like they did, I mean, it kind of like, to me, if they got past set 4, they were going to win this one.
Yeah, they are on the roll in the end of set 4.
Right.
Yeah.
So the scores, once again, this was 15-10 in the 5th. So the scores, here we go. Set 1, 25-22. Set 2, that was to Durfee. Set 2, 25-17 New Bedford. Set 3, 25-15 New Bedford. Set 4, 27-25 Durfee. And the 5th goes to the Hilltoppers, 15-10. So they win it 3 games to 2. And that's a big win. Stops the losing streak. It's a conference win. And you can't go down 0-4 in the conference early on and expect to be able to make a splash in it. So this was a really big win. It gets them back over 500, and it's a big loss against New Bedford. So now they're both 1-3 in the conference.
Yep.
So this was a very needed win for Durfee as they hit the halfway mark tomorrow against Somerset. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. What was really an exciting finish to this one here. So glad we got to 5 sets. Great camera crew once again. Jake Fitzgerald, Nathan Saucier, Daniel Keating. Daniel's also getting some B-roll for us on the sidelines as well, so really exciting stuff. Glad he was here to help us out. For Oliver McNeely, thanks for doing the game with me.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. We'll get you to do another one for sure. I'm Evan Massoud, saying so long from Durfee. More Fred TV Sports going on this fall. Stay tuned to Fred TV.